So yesterday, the New York Post released a very ominous article. That article being, ESPN announcer Joe Buck thinks there's going to be a Super Bowl 2024 mess in Las Vegas. Now, I have said in a couple videos that something will come out of this Super Bowl. There will be a major headline going into that Monday that will circulate around the news, whether that's Travis proposing to Tay-Tay, or Taylor Swift endorsing Joe Biden during the Super Bowl, or the 49ers beating the Chiefs. Taylor Swift does not endorse Joe Biden, and thus there will be news circulating that us conspiracy theorists that were saying that Taylor Swift would endorse Joe Biden and the Chiefs beating the 49ers was all just one kooky conspiracy theory just to make us all look crazy. But in any case, no matter what that news may be, there will be some kind of big news that will circulate the media after the Super Bowl. Like I said, I'm not the only one that feels that way. ESPN announcer Joe Buck feels like something big is going to happen in Vegas. What happens in Vegas won't stay in Vegas during Super Bowl week, according to Joe Buck. The ESPN announcer predicted that something is going to happen, and it's going to be a mess amid the festivities in Sin City leading up to the big game between the Chiefs and the 49ers on Sunday. Buck stated about Super Bowl 2024 that he does not have any desire to be there during a Monday appearance on the opening drive on 101 ESPN in St. Louis, stating it's a lot of logistics, it's a lot of congestion. He also continues to state, I'm not that way. I'm not looking for the maximum party and going out all night. It's just not my thing. And then you combine that with Vegas. Now, reading this half of the article, one would take what he's saying as, it's Vegas. You already have a wild scene, you have people gambling, you have people partying, and then you add on top of everything else, the Super Bowl, their first Super Bowl. So any way you look at it, it's going to be a chaotic scene in Vegas, and I definitely wouldn't want to be there myself. But it continues to get a little bit more ominous as you continue to read the article. Buck states that there's going to be some story. There's going to be something that happens because it's Vegas, and it won't stay in Vegas. It's going to be a big something that happens. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I just think that it's going to be a mess in my mind. Buck did not elaborate further about the big something he predicts will go down at Super Bowl 2024, just that he won't be there to witness anything. So what exactly does this mean? Does he have a bad feeling that something's going to happen in Vegas? Does he keep having premonitions, bad dreams that something bad is going to take place in Vegas? And so he's listening to this premonition and he's staying far away from the Super Bowl. Or like I said, he may know the Vegas scene, he may know the Vegas crowd. You add the Super Bowl on top of everything else, and it's just going to be a mad and wild scene this Sunday. This article does end by stating that Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, who's been dating Swift since last summer, was pressed about a potential engagement with the 14-time Grammy-winning singer, with one reporter asking, is there going to be another ring besides the Super Bowl ring if Kansas City wins its second consecutive title? Even though many of us saw this engagement announcement a mile away, it would add that extra layer of tragic had he been wanting to propose to her and something happened at the Super Bowl, playing out like a Hollywood movie script, just like everything else in today's world. We had that movie Leave the World Behind come out, and every event so far that has played out in the real world, we had seen take place in that movie. We have articles coming out letting us know that Taylor Swift might even be late showing up to the Super Bowl. We have Tokyo saying that no worries, she's definitely going to be there. And then we have other articles coming out stating that why parking not flying could be what prevents Swift from making it to the Super Bowl. This is all stemming from her having a concert on Saturday in Japan. So if something big does happen at the Super Bowl, if something tragic does indeed occur, people will say that, well, where was Swift? Why wasn't Swift there? Did she have any knowledge that something was going to happen? We do know she might be a part of these secret societies. Where was she at? Well, these articles are now letting us know that she could possibly be late arriving to the Super Bowl. She could be delayed. So the media is already putting it in the public atmosphere that she may be late, she may be delayed, she might not even be there. That if she's not delayed for whatever reason with this concert, then she might not even be able to find parking with her plane. So not only is the fact that Taylor Swift might not be there or she might be delayed heading to Las Vegas, we also have this bizarre story where Patrick Mahomes' father was arrested for DWI 1 week before his son plays in the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes Sr., 54, was taken into custody on Saturday night in Tyler, Texas on a $10,000 bond and was released the following day, according to Smith County Jail records. So more than likely, Patrick Mahomes' father will not attend the Super Bowl. And why I say more than likely is because traveling out of state on bond varies from state to state. For instance, in Florida, you can travel to another state while on bond, but when it comes to Texas, where he was arrested for DWI, you cannot leave the state of Texas until trial and is subject to court permission. Mahomes Sr. was also previously arrested and charged with DWI in Texas back in 2018 as well. So he's definitely no stranger to DWI and DWI arrest, but what's strange and bizarre timing is just a big coincidence that this happens 1 week prior to his son's big game in Las Vegas. Matter of fact, I was reading more into this, and this would actually be his third suspected DUI, which would indeed be a felony. Then on top of everything else, you have Usher performing in the halftime. With Usher performing in the halftime, you do have people alluding that the name Usher means that something is going to happen at the Super Bowl or Las Vegas that will usher something in. While that may indeed sound silly, we do know that the so-called elite, those who claim to be the powers that be, like to play around with symbology. People also like to look at Hollywood and look at any previous movies that might show any signs that foretell any upcoming events. We did have another Netflix movie, The Army of the Dead, which was released in 2021, that took place in Vegas, and a nuke did go off in that movie. Now yes, Usher's name, the movie, Army of the Dead could all be one big reach, but it still adds that layer of coincidence. But going back to Joe Buck, I'm not familiar with Joe Buck. I know him as a ESPN announcer, but it looks like this is the first time in 19 years he's not one of a group of people that call the Super Bowl every year. So what I like to do when it comes to these type of articles, I like to read the comment section, because maybe I'm just reaching, maybe I am making something out of this article that it shouldn't be. Like I said previously, it could just be him not having a good feeling about Vegas because he knows the crowd, he knows there's a Super Bowl, and it's just going to be a overall bad time for any one person being in Vegas. The first comment that does pop up when you click the comment section does talk about a attack. This person, Tico Peck, states, "From what I've read about the F1 race last year, the logistics of that massive AN event were abysmal for the majority of the fans. It probably wasn't any easier on the thousands of hospitality and casino workers transiting to and from work. I hope it all goes smoothly in Las Vegas this upcoming weekend, given how congested the flow of people is likely going to be in and out of the stadium. I hope the local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are at their best. No telling how many actual people who cause terror and violent criminals have infiltrated into this country these last 3 years through our wide open borders. If a terror cell wanted to make a big statement, there's no bigger worldwide stage than the Super Bowl." That is pretty much the back and forth in the comment section, where you do have people that do believe that he is alluding to some kind of act of terror taking place in Las Vegas, and then you have other people that believe he's alluding to the fact that, again, this is just Vegas being Vegas. Then you have some people in the comment section and also on Reddit that believe that we might even see a alien UFO invasion take place during the Super Bowl, because a Mountain Dew commercial that references the Super Bowl shows a UFO coming down and abducting people. But whatever does happen, more than likely, it's going to be some type of false flag style event. Then in the comment section, a lot of people don't even like Joe Buck. They think he's talking out of his behind. Now, me personally, do I believe something big is going to happen in the Super Bowl that's going to lead to major headlines on Monday? Like I said in the beginning of the video, yes, I do. But it's not going to be a tragic event per se. It's going to be more where Travis is going to propose to Taylor. They're going to be the power couple going into 2024, 2025, perhaps beyond. Whatever they say or do is going to melt in the mouths of the media. They're going to be used for a lot of distractions, propaganda, and promotions. We already had Travis promoting the jab. But what do you make of this article? Do you believe that Joe Buck is alluding to something ominous taking place in Las Vegas? Or do you think he's just talking about the day-to-day Las Vegas, and now we have the Super Bowl on top of it? I do want to hear from you. Please comment in the comment section below. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.